actually three. We have Malaysian, we have Indian, and we have Filipino.
But long story short, we actually met in a club.
It's a very, very random thing. It may not be the best place to meet up. It's just that you find love in the most unexpected places.
So yeah, following up on the club. So for 2014 till now, so that's 4 years.
Okay, so we dated long distance for a couple of years. And after a couple of years, we decided to get married.
Kriska was number one, very independent, definitely. When the first time I met her, she was very genuine. You can feel it. She was a very beautiful woman.
Was? He has a very good sense of humor. He is smart and he has ambition, and we have the same values.
It didn't matter to us the culture or religion. I think that is what made it work to us. For us, because we were both from different cultures. It was more interesting because we get to experience different cultures with what we both like. And in terms of religion views, the fact that we both are not
religious, yeah.
And I think that helps. So yeah.
It's actually the lack of strong religious and cultural attachment that attracted us to each other. We are spiritual. Yeah, I think there's a big difference between being religious and spiritual. And the fact that we share a lot of values together, such as diversity, love, respect, inclusivity, and not judging each other based on our backgrounds, that really worked for us.
I think it's the opposite, right? She was nothing like the stereotype of a Filipino. To me, it never mattered. I think that was one of my cultural views is to not be judgmental. So the fact that Kriska was very different from the stereotype is already something that opens up people's eyes. Like this is a very different person. She's very different. So, but I want to add to this question, because why does people always have to feel stereotype is bad? There are a lot of good parts to stereotype as well. Like there are more things that I like about Filipinos that I don't like. For example, if you have been to the Philippines or you've been around Filipinos, they are one of the nicest people. Like, they're so friendly, they're really open-minded, they have good sense of humor.
And I love that we are in different backgrounds, cultures, and even religion, because I'm able to learn and grow more as a person, more tolerant, more accepting, more compassionate.
You can believe whatever you want, right? As long as you don't impose it or force it onto the other person. So yeah.
Okay. We are both headstrong people and we have strong opinions. Although we share the same values, our manner of expression is entirely different. That, for me, is the biggest challenge. However, it is also not difficult to deal with it, because we understand each other, and we respect each other's opinions, and we come at a compromise.
We are very lucky in that sense, I have to say, both friends and family. Well, let me just touch the family. Marrying someone who is not of the same religion or even same race is always a big question. But in our case, my family was super comfortable with the decision of us tying the knot, and so was Kriska's. And I think that is nothing to do with the race anymore. It's the trust and love that the parents have for the kid. I think that helped them come to this decision.
And the fact that I am also 6 years older than my husband is actually a very, very big detriment, apart from the color, the culture and religion, and not geographically located in Malaysia. This is one of probably the best mother-in-law and daughter-in-law relationships as far as my experience and my exposure is concerned, based on stories of my friends and relatives.
us. Day one, I would say our wedding.
Yep, actually same thing in my mind.
Yeah, that's very straightforward because we were both not fans of the big hoo-ha wedding, and it's very common. It's very common in the Indian culture, having called the entire country to come for a wedding. But yeah, so we were both not into that, and we also had this mindset of wanting to have a beach wedding.
Yes.
But we were also really cheap, and we are cheapskates, so we wanted to do it in a budget.
Yep.
So we only called about 20 people, and at that moment, I think is when we realized that we are both aware that we are different. But the beauty is everyone supported us throughout that whole journey, and we had a wonderful wedding. And
Yes.
and until today, we cherish that moment.
We had our wedding in Bali for about 12,000 ringgit, and that's all in, and normally that's just the price of one sari, and that didn't make sense to us because we don't want to either spend all of our savings or be in debt when starting a new life as a married couple, because we were able to get a home, have it furnished, all the important stuff. So yeah, without asking any monetary help from our parents. That's very important to us because we're highly independent people, and we want to make our decisions, by ourselves and not being influenced just because we owe some money to some people. So yeah.
Yes.
I believe that we can be really good parents.
Yeah, and we make beautiful babies.
Yep.
My tips for interracial couple is very simple. You just have to embrace. You have to embrace the fact that you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot in this relationship, and that's what's gonna keep it alive and not boring. And my advice is go for it, because the more interracial couples out there, right? People will
be more accepting and tolerant of each other. Instead of judging each other based on culture, they're more open.
We can solve world problems, World problems can be solved.
I guess not just for interracial couples, but for even same culture couples, is to ground your relationship with respect, with trust, with independence, like interdependence, not being too dependent with each other. Like one of the strengths of our relationship is we are strongly independent as individuals, but we're even more epic together. All right, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't judge us. We love you. Okay.